Welcome to New Tales and Old Kingdoms, Episode 3. We come into this episode where the party left off, inside the doorway of the local inn.
Yeah, we're live now.
We've been recording
You
for about
just-
5 minutes, yeah.
Nice.
He just barely missed getting squished. You tripped over him.
That's right.
I flipped
he
over
tripped
him.
over
No,
me.
you flipped over
I
him.
flipped over him. It was
He
fucking
tripped over me
6'1".
and then he shit
human
electric
barbarian.
slide.
No, they're just...
Okay.
So
And as far as the audio is concerned, only about 5 minutes has passed.
nice.
Alright, so...
Right.
Well, okay, so... Alright, let's do this. So we're all at the
You
bar.
two were going to the bar to drink.
I literally just
You're
flipped
leaving
over
the
him.
bar.
Yeah, I literally just flipped
We're
over him.
entering, he's leaving.
Okay.
You
barely
dodge
missed.
him, he trips over me but doesn't flip and lands.
Okay.
Drunkenly.
Okay, so as I land,
Without a
I
disadvantage.
turn around and I look at you because I didn't even notice. I thought it was just I thought I tripped over a rock. I look at you,
Okay.
like, watch where you're going. And that's it.
And I go, you too, because outside there's a lot of horse shit.
I slowly look down at his feet with whatever he did scrape off.
My toes go like this.
He's all barefooted.
I'm barefoot. Yeah, I'm rocking one.
Forgot my shoes when I left.
Yeah, I have one shoe on. Just one shoe on. Yeah.
All kinds of disarray.
Well, I am considered a demonic drunk, right?
I think he's more of the drunk.
Oh, that's right. He is the drunk.
I'm literally a drunkard.
No, you speak infernal, which is considered demonic.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, this is kind of like my backstory, right? Like it's in my blood, but I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm kind of like Hellboy in a sense. I may be bad, but I can be good.
Your old descendants used to be like demonic.
Okay.
Think of yourself as basically a very, very cool Hellboy.
Like Bart Simpson.
Yeah, dude.
Okay. All right. Okay, so so he tells me where I'm going, and I don't want no trouble because he's big. So I go, my bad, dude.
Can I do a perception check to see if I can see their scrolls? See if I can notice them.
Ooh.
What's your passive?
My passive on perception.
Yeah. Should be up top.
Where is it?
Let me see.
Perception?
I didn't think of that shit.
'Cause I want to see if I can notice the scrolls first.
Yeah, it's
Perception, isn't it? We would be in the third box. Perception.
Oh, it's in the skills.
roll +2.
All right. 7.
You ain't see shit.
Perception is a +2.
Yeah, well, he's got passive down here too.
Oh, what is that? I don't have that.
Yeah, mine's empty too.
Yeah,
It's because that's from his character traits.
Oh.
If you got a +2 because of some proficiency or something like that, then you got to add that +2 to the wisdom passive. So your total would actually be 4 when you're trying to do your.
Oh, it'd just be 4.
Yeah.
Okay.
Whereas and if you're proficient, then you add in another 2. But you already have a +2 to your perception as just natural. Your passive perception is a +2. Your perception would then add your passive perception plus the modifier, which make it a 4.
Oh, okay. So it's just a 4, not a +4 on this.
No, it would be a +4 to that. So
it's
you're
9.
Yeah.
Okay, so 9.
Okay.
You see 4 scrolls glowing.
Thank you. It's about where I was going. You see 4 glowing scrolls and about 3 faces.
3?
Your paper. I hand him like my scroll. I go read.
Oh,
And basically, you're gonna tell him what I told you about your scroll, which is that you guys. I'm trying to get the proper title right, and it keeps changing in my mind. I'm gonna call her an Arcanus. You guys are going to visit the Arcanus in the main tower. You two have the same concept. All you saw was his glowing scroll. You don't have a clue what he's doing. The reason why you're seeing 3 faces, you see 2 of his and 1 of his.
It's a fucking vertical. He only can see half.
So,
I'm just having fun.
So
with
you
it.
know-
Normally
Reading
double
the scroll,
visions, normally next to each
He's
other.
reading the scroll.
He's drunk enough to see it.
I'm drunk, so
perfectly.
I'm seeing.
Oh, okay.
I'm drunk.
Okay.
So I kind of like toss my scroll at him.
And you read
I go read.
wait. He tossed the scroll. Now, here's your opportunity. Do you want to catch it or let it hit the floor?
Ooh. So if I let it hit the floor, I scrape my foot off of me and clean it. No, fuck it. I'm over me. I clean my shoe. No, I'm gonna clean my foot in the bathroom. I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna read it because I don't want a confrontation with this big ass motherfucker.
You cleaned your foot already, unless you stepped
No,
in
you only
bush.
partially cleaned it.
Oh, that's right. You wiped your ass.
Yeah.
Again.
Wiped his ass
Okay,
and then partially
so
cleaned his foot.
now comes,
I'd rather have an itchy foot than an itchy butt.
now comes do you want to leave it to chance that you caught it, or do you want to just say that you caught it?
Let's leave it to chance.
Yeah, he can't see. He
I
can't.
kind of remember I'm drunk when I toss it to you, so it's like.
So you can kind of
Or do I have to do a roll?
That's why I want to take
No,
a chance, though, because
it's-
even if I do catch
you
it,
don't
you're
need-
so drunk
you
you may
threw
think
it.
I don't.
Oh, he has to react to it.
He has to react to it, which means that you need to roll either athletics or dex.
Okay.
Or just not.
Or just not. But it's more fun if you do.
Yeah, let's do
That's
that.
the D20, the white one.
6,
Plus,
2, 8.
okay, you can do 8 or what's your athletics? 2. So either way, it's 8.
Okay.
No, he has 6.
Actually, that is a 9.
Oh, isn't it?
He's lying on the
So I'm
bottom.
at 11.
Line on the bottom. So you're
So
so
much going on.
the paper starts to come at you, and you go to snag it, and it bounces on your hand a couple times, but you do get it before it reaches the ground.
Okay.
You fumble.
Okay.
Okay, and you got it in your hand. You're sitting there, you're looking at it, and you recognize the same emblem that's on there that's in the seal.
Okay. So, okay.
He hasn't even opened it yet.
Okay. All right. So I'm like fumbling. I catch it. I turn around and go, oh! And no one saw that I caught it, but I know I did. And no
Well,
one
no.
else looked.
Well,
He
I'm
might
like,
see it.
I'm like standing
You
over
caught
you.
it before it hit the ground, which means
Yeah,
you're
but you
almost
can't
at
see
my
straight.
eye level.
I'm
Okay.
there. I know I'm standing over.
So
you. I'm
I
short.
can literally see you catching it.
Okay. So when I catch it, I look eye contact with you, and I go,
I'm like 4'3", dude.
do I read it? And you're just like,
I just whipped.
so cool. So I get up, I unravel this shit. I'm trying to explain to this huge gorgonzola. Wait, what are you? What creature are you?
He's a human.
Oh, he's a human.
I'm a human.
Oh, you're a human. Okay, so I'm explaining to.
Human.
A human.
Okay, he's a human.
One of
Okay,
us
I thought he
is
was a
one.
creature for a second.
No,
Okay,
human.
so he's a tall ass human. No, he's not tall. You're just huge because we're short.
He's tall. Well,
I'm
whatever
I'm
your
6'1".
height
I'm
is.
like almost 300 pounds. I'm like,
He's a big motherfucker.
So I'm trying to explain it to him in shadow puppets what this scroll means.
Performance.
Next to a lighted candle for that big
Performance.
shadow. And I don't know if he's understanding me or not.
I cut you off from your performance, and I say, I understand words.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Only half.
Only half words right now.
Only-
I drink lots.
So pretty much, I just explained, look, dude, your shit's glowing, his shit's glowing. Sorry to put you on the bus, but we're all together in this motherfucker. And pretty much, dude, you seem like a good fella. I mean, you almost ran into me. You flipped over him, and you haven't done anything yet, so you seem to be understanding. I vowed for this misunderstanding. The next round's on me, and we kind of explain them what the fuck is going on, because I don't know what this scroll's about.
I go with you.
You go back into the bar.
I go back into the bar.
We go
Yes.
back into the bar.
Meanwhile,
Hold off for a
Ray's
second here.
outside in the tower going, when the fuck are they coming
Yeah,
out?
pretty much.
Well,
Just
she
like,
doesn't know that we're coming.
I'm
Yeah,
kicking
she
back
did.
in the foyer at the tower, just waiting
What is
for
this?
you.
You're just
Numbnuts.
eating
Alex, what is this character?
That is an S.
Okay.
Trying to
I know it looks like a 3.
It looks like a 5 or a 3.
I haven't even acknowledged you yet. I'm just there.
No, and I haven't said shit, but that's also mainly just because of my background.
Gonna resist it.
Well, everyone wants me to try one. I just wanted to finish my beer.
Peer pressure. Peer pressure. Peer pressure.
Not bad.
Yeah, it's not like making you eat shit. I mean, you almost did.
Yeah.
Standard gummy bear.
It's a gummy one. No, they're pretty good. I like them.
You said gummy words.
It's gummies.
Tastes like any other gummy worm that I've ever had. Minus it not being a sour one.
I got it. I'll get it later. I was gonna bring up a picture of a tiefling so that you can understand what you look like. Actually, you know what? Yeah.
This is what you look like. I'm like, oh god.
No, it's
I start getting beat by the cops. Huh?
You want me to look it up on my phone?
he's got it.
You can see your reflection
But
on like
this way you can get
chest.
you can get an idea of what your character kind of looks like, but you got to change skin, hair color, that kind of stuff to what you described.
Okay.
But you're gonna get an idea. Some of them have horns, some of them don't. Some of them have tails, some of
Oh,
them
sweet. Here's a tiefling bard.
don't. Exactly what we needed.
Oh, you're a bard.
No, it's not a good picture. Here we go. Here's an okay one.
Sing me a song.
Sing me a song.
There you go.
Oh, that's what I look like? I got flames and shit over me?
No,
no.
you got a tail.
Change the hair and the skin
You
color.
can have a tail.
You can't
have a tail
or
if you
you
want.
can decide that you don't want the tail. But you gotta have. It's either tail and horns, tail or horns.
If he has a tail, can he use it?
No, it's
Like
not prehensile. It's
No.
mostly for showing feelings.
So if I'm like happy, you're like,
You're like a dog.
Okay.
Hey, I would want to use that shit to fucking trick people, man.
Okay. Well,
I had a session where we had someone with a tiefling, and he liked to use it for good pleasure time with another person.
mm.
Oh, wow.
You see,
Really?
You see the
Now we're
kind of,
going like tentacle.
yeah,
fucking
you see the kind of
hentai
roleplays he's doing.
shit.
Yeah,
It's a
jump
PRP
in.
right there.
They're like, why do you do that? It's the triangle at the end.
Yeah.
So we're going back. We're going back.
We're going back to the bar.
Into the bar. I just.
The
Drink
bar
the
that you
cheapest, finest ale
so
they have.
are the three like?
You're just
drinks,
like,
are the four drinks I have there? Are they still there?
No, they've been cleared off the bar, and the bartender's kind of sitting there cleaning a glass. And
He's
looks
spitting
up,
in the glasses as he cleans them. That's how he cleans his shit.
As he looks up, he's all like, "The hell are you doing back already?"
I on the table.
Fuck
On
over
the bar.
full faces on these.
Really?
Oh, I think I bit off the face.
Put little faces on them.
What in the fuck? If I was Sherman, I would trip
Show me
out.
the face.
Yeah, all I do is I sit back in the same spot I was, and I tap on the bar.
He's trying to figure, he's got this confused look on his face, but he goes ahead and pours you another one and sets it down.
What are you doing back here? Changing plans.
We're not.
Did you not see? I flipped over rock.
So now you got a nickname. You're Rock.
I'm fucking wrong.
Oh, I'm loving this.
Okay, so you guys are now sitting at the bar. He's got a tankard in front of him, but you two are kind of just like, and the bartender's standing there, kind of like, "What can I get you?"
Just give me an ale.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the same, but the cheapest one they have.
Grog.
A grog.
No, but I cut in. I say no, friends.
So that means that we're paying this tab.
But I kind of
Actually, I was going to go the other way. I was going to pull a poly on him.
Can I use intimidation to see if I can get some free drinks for them?
Yeah, let's do it.
Actually, I was about to pull a poly on you.
A poly?
Yeah.
Oh.
What's that?
Golly.
Just because they're your friends doesn't mean that they drink for free.
Oh, let's see about that.
You want to try to roll?
Yeah, well, let's do intimidation.
How about it? Roll.
Does that mean we're fucked?
No, it just means that basically the
Just
bartender
imagine
turns his
it
back
just
and walks
like-
away.
Oh,
Just
no.
As you see, his shoulders are slowly rising up and down as he's walking.
He's laughing at me.
Okay. So we get no drinks.
Well, no. You guys got your drinks.
I just
Now you
But
guys
you gotta pay for it.
them though.
Oh, okay, cool.
I just flip a coin to him.
Okay.
Any specific type of coin?
Fuck. That's right. I do a copper.
Yeah, he accidentally flips a button at him.
Yeah.
No, I was gonna say if he's tossing a silver, he's gonna get like 4 drinks out
I
of the
know.
silver.
That's why That's why you had to catch me. You know, I fling a copper.
Okay.
Oh, I know what is it in this world? 3 copper?
No, it's supposed to be like 5 of each or something stupid like that. I like doing the 10 roll.
All right, I just do a silver then. I just do a
Use it
silver.
up.
That would be the equivalent for about
4 drinks.
10.
10?
Yeah.
Ah,
Good enough for
If,
me.
I like
if
it.
each one's a copper,
Yeah.
or even if it's 2 coppers, then you're talking 5 drinks.
I'm fine with that.
I still like him.
Kate looks like she's getting bored already.
Nope.
It's time to show you how to really drink.
I'm actually entertaining their little interaction right here.
All right, so you guys are all sitting at the bar. Everybody's got their own kind of drink sitting in front of them. Yours kind of smells like a cross between beer and wine, with a little bit of honey back into it.
It's like crotch.
Yours kind of smells like a barley and wheat, and yours smells like straight barley, like the nice mellow stuff.
You treat them well, you get treated better.
I asked for the most wellest of the well, so, I'm just happy to be drinking.
Asked for a well.
I did. From the well. From the most bottom. I wanted the most shittiest drink because I don't know what's going on. I don't know what this scroll means. And, yeah. And,
don't we have something to do right now?
Yeah, oh, yeah. So we just start talking about what exactly we think this scroll is.
No, you can talk to us about it.
Oh.
You don't have to narrate it. You talk to us about it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You're
narrating.
I'm the narrator.
You're the narrator.
Unless I ask for a description from you.
Oh.
It's I narrate, you talk.
So he gave us the scene. We're sitting at the bar.
Yeah.
So now
if you're talking to other players, you don't need to fully narrate unless you're actually doing some sort of action at the same time.
Oh, okay.
Or if I say describe how you're going to do this, that's when I want you to narrate. But the way how the scene is set up, I've already set the scene. You guys are having your dialogue right now.
Oh, okay, cool. So I'm drinking my shitty ass drink, right?
Yep.
So after I finish drinking, honestly, what do you guys think this shit is about? Because I obviously have no idea what this scroll means, what it does, and why it's connected. But for some reason, we are also connected to it. So before I get fucking pissed out drunk before we walk this, can I get any sort of information from either one of you two?
I can't read.
The emblem shows that it's from a higher order. So most likely it's a demand for something that we must do.
Is it a life or death situation?
Most likely we must travel very far.
Alright, so the next round's on me, and then try to explain to Reading Rainbow over here what's going on. And I'll get the next round on me for that, and then we'll get the fuck out of here because apparently there's distant cries of this hot chicklet in a tower that has been desperately wanting to hang with us.
What?
So
What rainbows do you know of that raid?
End scene. That's perfect. End scene right there. That would be like the perfect way to. I like that. I just totally picture like three characters walking in like this
like in the sunset.
Yeah, in the sunset.
What rainbows do you know of that
read? Yeah, and he's like this, and the other character's like this. All right, let's do it. Next scene.
Freeze frame jump.
Yeah, freeze frame jump.
Okay, Rias.
Yes.
As you're sitting there inside of the main foyer,
Waiting for hours.
Yeah.
it's only
Three
been
minutes.
about 20 minutes actually.
I drink those things fast.
This slender, tiny little man, dressed really nicely with a really nice coat and kind of, I want to call it a Jacobite, but that would be a hard thing to try and describe. Think of a pirate shirt without being so puffy at the sleeve.
The ruffles?
Yeah, with the ruffles. Okay.
Like a Dumb and Dumber outfit. The tux, but just all black.
I got you.
But he's wearing a white wig.
A white, like the powder wig?
Yeah, like the powder wig. And he walks up to you and he hands you a glass.
Of
You don't know yet. It just, to you, it smells sweet, and you happen to like the smell of it.
It's probably mine. Fancy ass wig.
Actually, he's trying to hand it to you, and you can smell it, but, I mean, you can smell it before you even grab a hold of the glass. And then, when you go to reach to take it out of his hand, he bows and walks away. Meanwhile, you're left alone again.
Oh, butler with a powder wig. That's a high-class butler right there.
I smell it as it's coming to me, but I'm apprehensive. I'm in a strange tower. I heard a strange voice, so who knows what's really in this glass. But it does smell pretty good. It does not smell like there could be poison in it. So I take a sip and find out that it's actually quite tasty. It's some fine wine.
And you wake up back on the beach.
God damn it!
And I'm asking myself why I'm still waiting here to see whatever this voice in my head is telling me to be here for.
Okay.
Starting to get a little irritated that I'm waiting so fucking long.
Yeah.
I've had this weird little butler dude bring me a nice glass of wine or ale, but I would really like something to explain why I've been hearing this crazy voice.
You hear the voice again, and basically what you hear is it's a woman's voice, and this time it's a lot stronger, and you hear, "Patience, child, they're coming."
Alright, I just kind of
more like-
sit back in my chair and feel that if I am patient enough, all of my questions will be answered in time. So I sit here and I enjoy this nice glass of wine. It's creepy little dude.
Nice. Creepy little dude.
Oh, he was meant to be creepy.
That
Like,
moment we
all
just
my
kicked him.
questions will be answered. 3 drunk idiots just walk right in.
I
Shit.
kind of thought of the little gremlin from like Hogwarts in the bank.
Yes. Think of basically that kind of concept without the long nose and powdered
Those are
wig.
goblins.
Okay.
Yeah, well,
Goblins.
we're talking about like just short
Yeah,
statue.
yeah.
Like creepily.
Yeah.
Very creepily.
Creepy.
Okay. So you guys finally make it to the front gate, the front door, and you guys notice that it's like a fairly large door. It's probably 2 people wide, but it's one single door hung on one side like a regular hinged door. And the weird part about it is it's not wood color or like most. It is some kind of really dark black wood, like almost an onyx color, so you guys are sitting there looking at the door, and you notice that like as you guys bring your seals, your scrolls up, this shield starts to form inside the door, as far as like the same emblem that was on the seal, and it starts to glow off the door. And you guys are cool to do whatever you want at this point.
I knock.
The door opens up, and this like knight kind of opens up the door, and he's looking at you. Yes.
We were given scrolls to come here to meet someone.
May I see them?
I had mine.
I'm gonna go take a piss.
Holy
And then I'm gonna come back and talk to this, because this is a little bit crazy for me, because he hands him the scroll, and I feel like this kind of sounds like a setup. Because why the fuck was I chosen? Especially because my luck sucks. And but I guess it's a turnover for me. So you know what? I say fuck the piss. I've been pissing on trees for a long time. I want to piss in some royalty. So I hand him my scroll to him.
I have my scroll.
Okay, stop. Fourth wall. Step outside. You're gonna piss on some royalty.
Yes, royalty bowls.
No. No. You just confused me too. You just said you're gonna piss in their lawn, and now you want to piss inside their place.
I do.
Or you want to piss on them.
The way how you stated it,
Yes.
it is the equivalent of pissing on them.
Yes.
So you telling them to...
That's
Or
what
do
he
you want
wants
to
to do.
piss inside a royal place?
Or do you want to piss on the actual
Or you
royal
just want to piss in
themselves?
general.
I just gotta pee in general. That's why I'm willing to paint the walls of this motherfucker. You know what I mean?
Do you have to piss in real life, or is it just this is part of their
That's
character?
part of the character. I was gonna
Okay.
use the fucking tree, but
We
this
know
owl
he's
gave me a look
doing
like, no.
he's doing a little potty dance.
I'm doing a little potty dance. I'm doing the potty dances without the fucking bar, but I was too much of a man to admit it.
Okay,
I'm walking.
because if you really got it, then we can pause.
Oh no, I don't gotta be in it.
Okay, back into the game.
Maybe I should piss off this fucking horse shit off my foot. Alright, let's do it. Woo!
It's
Alright.
like
Yeah, it's just like, oh, I got athlete's foot.
Okay.
Alright,
As you're going through the door,
going through the door.
nothing really happens with you aside from you going through the door. You're still you. You know, fairly.
Uh-huh.
You kind of lose some of that drunkenness. You start to sober up like real quick. And you're at that point where it's like you don't understand how you're not hungover with how quickly you're sobering up.
God, it's great to be a dwarf.
You walk through the door,
And your bladder's empty.
and the horse shit that was on your foot
Yes.
disappears.
Oh.
And your boot starts to form around your foot.
Oh.
So now you have both boots on.
because he forgot his shoe.
Yeah. I did.
I gotta get one of these.
Okay?
I like that. I got
you
my
two-
Jordans back. Alright.
You two look at each other as like you're starting to sober. You're like, what the fuck? And you're realizing that his clothes are starting to mend. They're starting to clean up. They're starting to form into a proper dress for proper clothes for him. I want to use the word dress as in like dress code, but no.
Yeah.
So you spent the entire day dressed as the morning walk of shame.
Yeah, I was rocking a potato sack as a full clothing, you know, and just one missing shoe that I lost in a swamp.
But yet you own a cabin.
But yet I own a cabin.
That was an apartment.
It was handed down.
It's apartment.
It is a cabin kind of apartment within the city.
Made out of hay and mud.
Realistically, I live in a huge abandoned snail shell. But like a monstrous one.
Oh, so you're rags.
Yeah.
So rags.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm pretty pissed off I'm not drunk anymore.
And I have no idea that there's a bunch of gold buried under it.
What you notice on him is that the fur that he's wearing on his shoulders has been kind of ragged and dirty, and it's actually starting to look a lot cleaner. And you're starting to see in his face that he's starting to understand a little bit better the world around him because he's no longer stumbling.
Okay, I'm seeing what you're going for, man.
Okay. As you guys walk down the hallway entrance, you come into a room, and Reyes, you want to describe yourself to the rest of the party in your current state.
You see a woman sitting at like a little soiree table with her glass of wine. She's got this beautiful jet black hair with this gorgeous olive skin. And she looks across the room as you guys enter, and all you notice is that she's got these piercing, like teal blue eyes. She kind of just looks at you like you're all a bunch of ruffians.
Well, since I understand the world around me, I fix my monocle and I was like, well, I say, what a beautiful young lady.
20 points of intelligence. A magic indicator.
No, actually, most people from the early 1900s would not be considered intelligent.
Oh yeah, you
It'd
got
be
a point
wisdom.
there.
I'm
That's
also
right, that's right.
asking why these three ruffian-looking people are walking into this.
Well, they're no longer ruffians.
I'm kind
They
of,
still look like
I'm
ruffians.
kind of
compared to
appalled
me.
that she's calling.
I'm a cleric wearing...
I am a very clean-cut person.
No, they look like shit. I'm wearing full armor.
Yeah.
Well, I've got armor on too,
I have
but I'm
fur
trying to
on.
figure out why like there is a tiefling, a dwarf, and a human-looking giant.
Nobody can remember the fact that you're a human.
I know, everyone thinks I'm some kind of like fucking gargoyle. Just like, whoa.
How do you describe yourself, alright?
At this point, you might as well.
But I'm in my own armor of sorts. I got my... I don't know, do I have my great sword at the moment?
Yeah.
I got my great sword, and I'm still sitting here wondering what this voice in my head keeps telling me to be so goddamn patient for. But I'm wondering why there's these three new people and why I'm still sitting here.
I just give her like the most simple.
I kind of just give him like a look over, and I'm like still sitting here frustrated, like I'm sighing heavily.
The staircase that's wrapped around the back of the room, like I was talking about earlier, it actually goes over the entrance that they're coming through, and about this time you're starting to see that little tiny man, little skinny, lithe guy in the white rig. Yeah, the creepy dude. He's coming down the stairs, and you can see that he's got something folded over his arm. Kind of looks like a white towel or something like that, and he's on his way down this way, down over them basically, where they can't see him at this point, but he's slowly coming down to the foyer.
I get up from my seat and I demand to finally see someone and as to why I am here.
I then shout out, "Oh great, another child to take care of."
But
That was pretty funny.
That was good. That was good.
But, madam, I am somebody.
No, someone above you.
Oh, I'd
Someone
like
more
to speak
that's
to your
in charge
leader.
of you. I don't need you. I need someone that can give me answers.
Well, I can answer your questions.
Then why am I here? Why do I have this voice in my head telling me to come here? Yet I have sat in this foyer for an hour.
The mistress asked for you. You'll have your answers in a few.
Better hurry up. I'm tired of waiting.
I just burst out. I can't read. She's like, damn, I picked the wrong guy.
Okay, hold on. So, the little man goes, my name is Tyler,
Tyler.
and I will be assisting you to the mistress. And so he basically points up the stairs
All of it.
to all of you.
And we follow you up the stairs.
Well, no, he's yeah, that works. So Tyler starts to walk up the stairs. About 8-10 steps up, he turns around to look at all of you and says, well, are you coming?
I already started following him.
I already saw you the minute, so
I'm
I'm
already
just
started
so
following you
excited.
too because I want my freaking answers.
Okay.
Oh, they're all going up the stairs?
Yeah.
Mister, your hair is too long.
He's asked all of us to follow them. He turns around like I'm already on his heels.
And we're following this like fucking
Little creepy dude.
dwarf looking motherfucker.
Little creepy dude upstairs.
Okay.
Dwarves tend to be a little bit thick. This would be more
Okay.
like a dead-looking halfling.
Okay. I'm just gonna say before, you know what, I'm gonna be like, hey dudes, I'll see you guys there in a second. Apparently every time we walk through this door, it's like the fountain of youth floating. I was fucked up before I came in here. As soon as I crossed this bitch, I'm sober now. So I'm gonna go back outside, do as much drugs as possible, and go back and forth.
Small
And
man.
apparently my shoes keep reappearing, so I'm gonna leave these shoes in here, I'm gonna go back out, and keep coming back and forth, and then I'm gonna have a bunch of Jordans. And now that I'm sober, I'll walk up the stairs with them.
You speak too much nonsense.
I do, that
Okay.
I do.
This is where I have to split the party for a couple of minutes. And
Tell him
You
to
guys-
shut the fuck up.
no. He started walking down his own path. We're gonna play this game.
Oh my god.
So are you taking him
I was
first?
just about to say, like,
I'm gonna step out with him.
I was just about to scream, lock the door so
So
he
you're
can
stepping out with
continue.
our room first.
Yeah, because he's doing his. You guys can continue to talk. Basically, you're headed up the stairs. I'm going to take the micro recorder. We're going to step outside and we're going to walk through this because he just tossed a big hole in the story.
Way to go.
You
Way to
just
go, Alex.
fucked the
Way to
story,
go.
like,
This time when I started following it once I had
No,
five
Let's go.
You
Come
already
on,
said yes.
outside.
You can't, no take
Go,
backs.
Alex.
Outside.
Get
Come
Out.
on.
Get out.
Walk of shame.
You in trouble.
No. It's not that he's in trouble. It's just he's
I was
added this whole
kidding.
thing on the side.
Now he's got to fix. He's got to mend this hole that he created.
Okay. So your character starts to go out the front. As your character is going out the front, once he reaches the door, the shoe disappears, the shit returns, the clothes go back to the rancid state that they were in.
Right.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you go back in, they reform. They come back to the higher state as if you were trying to, as if the house was trying to make you more applicable to meet royalty.
Yeah. That's why I thought like that, because I didn't want to do it. But, you know, my family's fucked up. You know, I come from like a demonic past, so I got greedy, and it's part of me too, because I'm
Oh
greedy.
no! This is not punishment in any way. This is just so
I know,
because
but
you
I'm
separated.
greedy. That's why I figured when I went inside and all my shit became brand new, I took it off and I left it in a pile, and then I would run back out and get all my old shit again, and every time I would cross, it would just keep coming back to
Yeah,
the brand
but
new stuff. But after a while, I started realizing it's just the one thing over and over again.
Yeah, you're not
And I
really.
got greedy.
It's no. It's an illusion that when you walk through the door that you are dressed up nice and pretty and whatnot.
See, and
It's-
that alone, to be honestly, I don't trust no one that I'm with.
No,
I
and
don't trust them.
that's all on you and your character. I'm
Yeah,
just
I
telling
don't
you.
trust.
I'm telling you that the narrative of what's going on as you jumping back and forth between the door. This is the door. You jump in. You look pretty. You jump out. You look like your same old self.
Yeah,
You
that's
jump
it.
in. You look pretty, and this is what's going through your mind. You're like, oh shit, I can't make any money doing it this way.
Yeah, I know. That's why I got greedy. I didn't notice it at first until I walked back in, but I don't know if they're part of this because they were there earlier too. Now they're inside. I don't know if they're part
Well,
of the
no,
game.
they're on their way up to talk to the woman.
I don't know if they need a sacrifice Somebody's myself and they need my blood to do some stuff. I don't know. All I know is that I got greedy.
And at this point, don't worry about it.
I'm just falling in love with the character. You know?
This is part of the whole making the character thing.
Yep, and I want some of that sweet, sweet wine that's getting passed around by a little fucking...
You'll probably get some inside.
Inside.
You'll probably get some inside of the. All right.
We'll go back small one.
Alright,
So
I don't even notice you yet.
now you're on your way back in,
What the fuck?
and you can go ahead and tell them what the hell's going on, or you can keep that to yourself. That's your
keep it to
choice.
myself.
You look like you have something on your mind.
Just walks through the door, so I just got sodomized.
Yeah. Wait on the door where they touched you. No.
So I just got sodomized by a rabbit.
Yeah. It was kind of the karma that I had walking back in this
A rabid bear.
A rabid bear.
That's an actual thing.
Yeah, I know. So, yeah, no, I'm just gonna keep my mouth shut and let this unravel because they've been patient enough to wait for me on the steps, and I don't want to keep their charge.
Oh, no, I was walking.
None of the stops.
I was walking. I'm a dwarf.
So
It
we
takes me
can follow
twice as long to
creepy
go
dude.
upstairs.
Well, then I realized I said that out loud just because I wanted to sound good. But then I realized that I'm gonna finish my goal of what I originally wanted to do. So I unzip my pants and I piss on an old clock tower inside the place.
I
And
thought the
then-
door cleared your bladder.
Well, here's the thing though. Like,
Is it a small bladder?
no, it's not that. It's that.
We can see it.
Is that my family, my origin, right? My origin of demonic shit lets me have little fucked up things to do whenever I want to do something fucked up. It just appears. But every time I do, it ends up being a waste of time, and I go back to the story again. So then I keep repeating myself, going back to the door, and I can't be allowed back into this kingdom unless I finally come in with a cleansed energy. So I realized that, and then now I'm chasing after you guys up the steps.
If I also recall, later on, the bard gets a ability called Lucky.
Yes. Which adds to it allows you to re-roll like ones.
You become very lucky.
Oh. So technically, no one noticed that I pissed on the clock tower.
No, I mean, I'm gonna look
You-
too.
Okay.
Even I don't do that.
You tried to,
Mhm.
and it started to.
You just look at him.
It started to stream. It made it about halfway there, and then dissipated.
Okay, I'm there.
Okay, so now we're walking up the steps. Am I allowed to ask a question?
Jesus, like a bolt of lightning's doing.
I asked the I'm gonna ask the creepy dude, who is this mistress? What is her name?
Yavara.
Sorry.
Yavara.
Yuvada?
Yuvara.
Yuvada. Nope, not saying that right.
No, you're close enough.
Fucking Yvonne!
Alright. Who is she?
She is the lead of our tower. She is the one who makes the government. She is the one that makes the decisions for the town.
Okay.
So a mayor.
Okay, I'm gonna just leave it until I actually meet Mistress Yuvada and ask her my questions since the creepy little dude is super vague.
Okay.
Give me a second.
Nevada. Nevada?
Close enough. Yavara.
So we're just chilling right now, though, right?
We're
Yeah,
walking up the steps.
we're
still.
walking
The big
upstairs.
spiral staircase, I'm assuming to the top of this tower.
Okay.
Now, how long is the staircase?
About 2 stories.
Oh, it's not that bad.
You just see my beard moist in sweat. Because every step is 2 steps for me.
That is true. That is very true.
Okay.
No waddling behind us.
Just using my warhammer as a freaking cane.
It levels out. It's really weird way, the way how you guys are seeing this, because from the outside you saw that this was a completely round tower, and you know that the lobby was about 80% of the building, as far as like on the ground floor. So you guys get up about 2 stories, and it's kind of stops and turns 90 degrees, and then it's just this long bridge that goes across, and there's a doorway on the opposite wall.
So it's like a bridge.
Yeah, it's like a bridge that runs across the building about 2 stories up. And there's this doorway on the opposite side that's in a wall that from the outside you would think would just go to nowhere.
I push a Rue forward to test it out.
So I get pushed forward.
Actually,
Forward.
hold up. You can't really do that because he's running to catch up with you.
Oh, that's true. You haven't even caught up with us yet.
Yeah.
You're like in front of everyone.
See, I got lucky.
So
So you can push him or you can push me.
Oh no,
No, I'll
I'm
go
behind.
first.
I'm slow.
Oh, that's right.
going
So you can
upstairs.
push me.
No, I'll go first.
He probably catches past me.
The little man walks up to the door and opens it up, and as you're looking through, you see this massive room, probably 100 feet long, red carpet running the whole length of the room. As you peer through the door, you can see that it's probably somewhere around 30, 40 feet wide. And there's pillars that run down both sides, and they're pure ivory looking, I mean, massive, probably 3 foot in diameter ivory pillars that are holding up the roof in here. The walls are kind of this black granite or black marble. And the floor, the only thing that differentiates the floor from the walls is this red carpet and the white pillars. And at the very end, you see a small dais, kind of a few steps, and sitting at the top there's a table, and there's a woman who you really can't see from your vantage point, but you can see that it's a woman. And to her right, there's a table, and on the table there's all kinds of books and beakers and stuff that you wouldn't normally expect to find in such a clean, high-class area. You wouldn't expect to see it in like a throne room or even a serving room. But this is kind of like she doesn't leave this room, and she does all of her experimentation on a small table. And then as far as like when she's giving commands or saying what should be done, that kind of stuff, she uses the big table instead. But that's what you see as you're walking through, and then each one of you respectively as you're coming through.
Is there like available seats like at the big table? Like
No, it's just it's like a giant U-shaped table.
Oh, okay.
That's following the steps, and then like there's an open area right in front of the.
Oh, okay.
And that's like you're still 100 feet off. So the little weird creepy dude.
I like that guy.
He basically steps inside the door and waves his hand and is like, "Go ahead. She's expecting you."
This is DM Kaz, and hopefully you enjoyed the show. As far as our audio, I'm currently working very hard to bring it up to par with what I expect out of the show. I just went out and bought a whole bunch of new equipment to try and fix this issue. It's going to be a while before any new episodes come out on the new hardware that I just bought. But until that point, I hope you stick with us because it's all about the story. Thank you for listening.